Well, here we are at the beautiful Oasis Resort in Cairns. It's early in the morning and already a humid 85 degrees. Quite a change from yesterday's 48 in Christchurch. The flatlands of the Great Barrier Reef is right out there. Today I'll make my first dive on the reef. Bernice will dive into the casino and then we'll connect up for dinner. Tomorrow we head up north to Port Douglas and another boat trip to the outer banks of the reef. Boy, some days we just luck out and make the right decisions. I was going to rent a car to drive up to Port Douglas on this scenic highway. But then we decided after looking at the road that we were going to hop on this bus and take a look at what we've got. This is one winding road. And I would have missed all the campsites and the views that we looked at on the way up. The guidebooks call this a scenic highway. I call this a twisting Santa Ana freeway. Well, we're in Port Douglas. We've got 3 more days to go. And these resorts just keep getting better. This is really nice. This is subtropical. We're right on the same latitude as Tahiti and I guess Fiji. Very close to the equator.
G'day, Nick.
G'day.
Good to have a yank down here, son.
Yeah. They're welcoming aboard. Usually we have hula girls. And
Good morning. Tea and coffee and soda. Like cup yourself, seating upstairs and down. Any dice and paperwork's also inside.
up in Cairns.
Nice operation.
Hey, you know, they really are. They're
$50 for your first dive and $40 for any dive after that. Also, Paul will be running a dive rig for the introductory divers down here once I've finished. It takes about half an hour to run through, just so you know what you're in for. Now, we find it very hard to catch up that talk on introductory diving later on during the day. So even if you're just a wee bit interested and think you might make up your mind whether you want to go scuba diving or not later on during the day, come and have a listen to Paul, fill in the paperwork, you can make your mind up once you get out to the rig.
These blue lycra suits protect the body and the head from the stingers, the box jellyfish that are sometimes in these waters. No problem today, though. You want to take my camera down, get some pictures? Yeah, I may have a problem with the housing.
Yeah, they're quite interesting. And the colourful ones are males, brown smaller ones are females.
Hey Bernice, how you doing?
The third dive is supposed to be the best dive on this boat, they said.
Yeah.
Are you going to go on the third dive?
Nope. We're on the outer banks of the Great Barrier Reef, and it's a lot better here than it is in Cairns. The water's clearer, and the reef is much nicer. Here's some new divers going down for the first time. This was one of the best dive trips that I've ever taken. Even Bernice got in the water. We really had a great day. Very subtropical, very lush. This is early in the morning in Port Douglas after a nice rain and some heavy surf that washed up all the stuff out of the sea. And right along here is where all the box jellyfish or stingers come in. So what they've done is they put up this net, and it's to keep the box jellyfish away from the swimmers. So as long as you're swimming in that net, then you're able to prevent yourself from getting stung. This is one of the last tours we're taking today and tomorrow, and we're going to Cape Tribulation, which is north of where we're at now and into the rainforest. This is a four-wheel drive vehicle, fully air conditioned, so we can go over the small rivers and streams that they have.
And they never come on vacation to see us.
Yeah, it's got full suspension on it and quite a lovely interior.
Okay, good morning folks, welcome to the Daintree River. My name's Adam, I'll be your driver this morning. Going to take you upstream here. Hopefully we'll get to see a little bit of local wildlife. I'll tell you a bit about the river's history as we go along. A bit about the mangrove environment as well. Carbine at about 160 kilometres. First 30 kilometres of the river and the ocean is all salt water and tidal influence. We get a tidal range on the river here of around 2.5 to 3.5 metres. On average, the overall depth of the river would only be around 5 metres.
Look at him looking ready to
I don't know why they're so mean looking. Bernice, get your hands back in a boat.
about 45.
Any other crops that are grown commercially, they're also attacked and eaten. People don't realise how big of a problem they actually are here at the moment, or what effects they're having on the rainforests here. It's basically an environmental disaster.
What are they called again?
Wild pig or feral pig, wild boar. All those flying foxes or fruit bats. Plus the mud banks along the river's edge are very anaerobic or low in oxygen. Some of the mangrove trees have adapted to a unique way of taking oxygen or carbon monoxide as trees do. Over on our right hand side here you can see these couple of spikes coming out of the water's edge. They're called pneumatophores. Along those pneumatophores there's hundreds of tiny porous valves. At low tide, when the valves are fully exposed, they open up, take in the plant's oxygen, transferring it back underground through cables back to the base of the tree. Then again at high tide, when all those pneumatophores become covered in water once again, those porous valves simply close up so the trees don't drown. It just acts like a smoggle system for the tree.
We're at high tide, so it's hard to see the crocodiles. And these are saltwater crocodiles. We're told that the crocodiles in the river, the freshwater, you can actually swim with. I don't think I'd attempt either species. We're going for a walk in the rainforest, and we've stopped here for lunch. They call ahead, and this is a small barbecue location. That's their barbecue setup. There's not too many on this trip. Very humid, very hot, very steamy. This is subtropical. We're taking a bushwalk in the middle of a rainforest. Our guide's telling us about the vegetation and the wildlife that's in this area. He tells us that the rainforest is home to giant pythons that are 25 feet long, tree frogs that are 6 inches long, and a moth with a wingspan of 10 inches, and we're supposed to look for these things.
The second time this summer now. The one across the creek there's got a bit greener fruit up its trunk. And very much sought after by the fruit-eating birds, and of course that's why they nest in the summertime when their food supply is the best. This is a very twisted mahogany. It has been in fruit only a few weeks ago. That's one of the seeds of it, and that's unusual. That one's split into 3. Normally they split. And this is all the same plant. This is the trunk of it.
Wow.
And that's what they make the cane furniture out of course. When you cut that, you kill the rest of it because that's the trunk. Now you can see in amongst the fronds there all the spiky bits, and that's to protect the young part of the trunk. As that gets older, all the spikes drop off, that we mentioned earlier. It could be a strangler fig, but I'm pretty sure that's an umbrella tree, that one. Yeah, you can see the leaves of the umbrella tree up in there. The pain is so severe it'll make you go unconscious.
Oh.
What is that called?
Gimpy or stinging bush is the common name of it.
Stinging bush.
It looks so insignificant and innocent too. Now the ways to recognise it, it's a heart-shaped leaf. The serrations around the edge of the leaf. It's a very dull, motley looking top. It's not a shiny topped leaf. And the stem doesn't go into the edge of the leaf. It's several centimetres in from the edge.
So do the stingers come from the leaf?
All over. I used to think you could pick it up by the stem till I tried it. It can be fatal.
So what is that, the oil of the leaf itself?
No. It's little microscopic hairs on the leaf, and they're actually silicon crystals. Just exactly what the poison is, I don't even know that it's really been positively identified.
Wow.
They get upgraded from a 10-ton limit to a 25-ton.
We're on our way up to Cape Tribulation. We had to forge several streams, and now there's a tree blocking our path, and we're trying to get rid of it with our four-wheel drive. Well, he did his best, but now we're just going to take this big vehicle and drive over it. This is an example of one tree gobbling up another tree. Okay, that heart-shaped opening, that's the inside of the tree?
That's the inside tree, and you can see more brown up there and a little bit of sticking out the top there. That's
oh,
yeah. Part of the host tree. What you see there now, the leaves and branches are all part of the fig.
So the fig tree has literally eaten that away.
Well,
no, it strangled it, didn't eat it. Yeah. It can be a hell of a thing if it started eating it.
It can be a murderer, but never a cannibal.
Exactly. That'd be a new species.
A big difference between a murderer and a cannibal. Nice swimming hole further upstream there to our right. And paperbark or melaleuca trees there on the left.
Well, we finally arrived here at Cape Tribulation, and it's really sad that the Australians can't swim in their beautiful beaches up here 6 months of the year because of these box jellyfish. It's so strange to see a beautiful beach like this with nobody on it.
can't swim because of the
Well,
back.
well, you can't. You can't swim here.
You can't swim here?
No, because of the stingers.
Why not? Box
Jellyfish.
jellyfish.
Yeah. This is a very long sky rail
The longest one in the world.
going up into the rainforest. This is a better view of the bottom of the waterfall. Follows all the way out into a gorge. What we're doing is skimming along the top of the canopy of the rainforest. This trip takes approximately an hour and a half to go to Kuranda. I wish we had some classical music to play. This trip has been very, very peaceful. Bernice is relaxed. This is a real long skyway. There's 27 posts. This is Australia Day. This is like our 4th of July. This is post 18 we're on, and most of the cars are empty. We're here at Barren Falls, and this is the site of a very tall waterfall right in the middle of the rainforest. It goes down into a very deep gorge that we just crossed over. Alright, we're back in the car now, and we're going to Kuranda, which is a village set up to display the Aboriginal crafts and things of that nature.
And we made a mistake. It's really 36 posts.
Yeah, 36 posts. And the sun's come out in our little tram or whatever you call it's turned into a sauna. Can't get the window open. I'll be 20 pounds lighter when I get up there. We're in Kuranda, which is a village very much designed for tourists. But it's a charming village. Okay, we're going on an Army duck tour, which is kind of an unexpected pleasure.
So we'll get the...
It's going to be in the sun on my phone.
No, it's not going to be in the sun.
Yes, it is.
There's no sun here.
Is that where we're going?
No, you're going over here. I should be.
Hey, we're trying to talk Bernice into going on this jungle tour in an Army Duck, which is a World War II amphibian vehicle.
We're trying for years. We're going to go for a drive on land and on water in this World War II vintage 6-wheel drive amphibious vehicle known as an Army Duck. What I ask is that you keep body parts in at all times. We go very close to trees. Hardwood, steel and flesh don't combine. Arms, fingers, heads, legs, all body parts in at all times, please. Smoking, prohibited. A 6-cylinder petrol engine up front, now running on gas these days, and the gas tank is at the back. We haven't blown any Army Ducks yet, out of the rainforest I should say, and we would like to keep it that way. So I'll be stopping along the way, have an information list, and I'll talk a bit about a few things that we'll encounter. Some wildlife, a bit of flora and fauna actually, so sit back and relax. Happy to move on?
At the end of the water, it could be a little rough. There are rocks below the surface. The wheels, all 6 of them, will still be driving the vehicle until we become fully floating. That's when the propeller at the rear will take over. The steering using a rudder at the rear, attach the cable,
They got very strong jaws. They're very small and they have very strong jaws.
Okay, guys, we'll just head around.
He's looking for food.
Turn the other side of it. Let me go up your back.
He posed for that picture.
That was a good shot.
Yeah.
Tap on the face.
Can we get some more?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Let's say some lizards. Pretty hard, does hurt quite a bit when they bite, but this one here, it's quite tame. Used to people handling it. As you can see there, it's not trying to bite at all. It's actually quite placid at the moment. So if you like, you can hold the snake, hold it. All you got to do is hold your hands out flat, don't squeeze him in any way. And that's all you've got to do to hold him.
You're going to bite. Going to bite. Going to bite.
And what is this? This is a
That's called a spotted python, that one.
spotted python.
Hey guys, we've got another one here if you'd like to hold this one as well.
You won't get a hold of the big one. You might be lucky to get a hold of the small one.
Very good, Bernice.
Dog. Now this one right down here is a 6.5 metre strap python in the process of getting a kangaroo. The 3-stage photo, in the third photo, its jaws around 2.5.
You know, these haven't bit all day.
And the strap pythons in particular, anything around 8 times the size of their own head.
Look at him looking at your camera.
They can eat really big meals.
Look at him sticking the tongue out.
3 metres long, so you've got a lot of growing to do. They do get big on that. Out there we've got the water python, which is also another species of python found in Australia.
The water.
First of all, this one down here on the termite nest, baby.
Oh, there's one over there by the fence. Look by the
And
fence.
I'll show you the adult one.
Look, she has.
Yep, that's simply to confuse predators. Now, if you look very closely at the tongue on them, as they flick their tongue, they've got a dark blue tongue as well. And they're relatives of the blue tongue family. They're actually cousins to the blue tongues. They have blind phases. Won't attack you, they will bite. If you corner one and try to pick it up, they'll bite you some stuff. So I'll walk down the dance show for your next attraction.
That's called a hairy-nosed wombat.
This afternoon, and new leaf's going to be brought in for them. And just around 2 o'clock we'll feed them. 2 o'clock or 2:30, we'll start to feed them. And
Well, I hate to say it, but what we have here is a real touristy presentation about what the Aboriginal people are supposed to do and their lifestyles. Well, we boarded the Cairns Scenic Railway, which is considered one of the more scenic railroads in the world. Here's a lady. Hey, lady. Oh, yeah, one of the passengers. And this goes from the village of Cairns back down to sea level in Cairns.
Go ahead, jump right in. I say don't stop.
This is one of the residential sections outside of Cairns. We've left Cairns and now we're headed toward the city. And we'll spend the night and then tomorrow on to Brisbane and home. Well, this is our last morning. We're ready to board the plane. Well, not ready right now. We're in the Novotel in downtown Brisbane. Had a great evening last night with some Australian friends. This is the room. Right outside our hotel is center of the city. And a very pretty city it is. Wish we could have spent more time here, but this is just kind of a stopover. Pick up the plane. A great hotel, probably one of the best hotels we've stayed in. It's called the Novotel. Brisbane is a very clean, very modern city. They boast one of the best transportation systems in all of Australia, and I believe that has proven to be pretty accurate. The trains, all kinds of free access to trains and buses, which we didn't really use. We used taxis a lot. For the short half day we were here.
That's all for Brisbane and Australia. We're heading home. Thanks to our new friends Al and Allison for taking us out to a nice restaurant where we were overlooking the city of Brisbane.